I know what is happening in your heart, girl. I know it cause I'm feeling the same. But it is not hard to create a new reality. Let's try do it again. Girl.
Hi guys, so good evening and welcome back to my magical world. It's me, Frostbite Goddess, your favorite celebrity here in the Philippines. It's 11:46 in the evening and right now it's Wednesday, April 2, 2025. So we're back again. I'm a little bit tipsy. Had a few drinks like vodka, you know. And it's not exactly vodka, it's a mixture of something, a high-end drink, guys. So, let's start. Have a lot of money. I'm, overthinking a lot of things lately, which is, this is the part where I don't like it, but wala tayong magagawa, guys. So, we're reading page 191 and 192 of the book Mastery. Saan nga natin ito? Napapagod ako. Saan natin ang sandalan. Listen up. Okay? I'm currently eating Milky Nuts. Kasi tinulugan na ako, guys, ng mga kasama ko. And you know me, I have a lot of strength because I am not human, but of course you wouldn't believe it. So ayan, guys, let's act like human. Oh my god, lasing na tayo. I'm just kidding. So letter D, 191 and 192 of the book Mastery. Consider thinking. Letter D, alter your perspective. Okay? Okay lang ba kayo, guys? Kasi ako, hindi. So, consider thinking as an extended form of vision that allows us to see more of the world. And creativity is the ability to expand the vision beyond conventional boundaries. When we perceive an object, our eyes really only a portion of outline of it to our brains, leaving our mind to fill in the rest, giving us a fast and relatively accurate assessment of what we are seeing. Our eyes are not paying deep attention to all of the details but noticing patterns. Our thought processes modeled after visual perception use a similar shorthand. When an event occurs or when we meet a new person, we do not stop to consider all aspects or details, but instead we see an outline or pattern that fits into our expectations in past experiences. So more like, di ba, pag may namimita yung new individual or new persona, so we tend to like resonate to what is common to us, or based on our experiences in life overall. So, nagkakaroon na doon ng commonalities and all the other shit. I'm so drunk, guys. We fit the event or person into categories is with vision for us to have to think deeply about every new occurrence or perceived object would exhaust the brain. Unfortunately, we transfer this mental shorthand to almost everything. It is the main characteristic of the conventional mind. We might imagine that we are engaged in solving a problem or realizing an idea, that we are being highly rational or thorough. But just as with our eyes, we are not aware of how deeply our thoughts fall into the same narrow groups and same categorizing shorthand. So more like it recognizes such patterns. Again, our brain are designed to make us feel safe, diba? And also our gut feeling, so that's why we think this way. or you think that way. So hopefully, mentally stable ka naman. Unlike me, guys. My God. Creative people are those who have the capacity to resist shorthand. They can look at a phenomenon with several different angles, noticing something we miss because we only look straight on. Sometimes after one of their discoveries or inventions is made public, we are surprised at how obvious it seems and wonder why no one else had thought of it before. This is because creative people are actually looking at what is hidden in plain sight and not rushing to generalize and label. Whether such powers are natural or learned does not matter. The mind can train to loosen itself up and move against the group, outside the groups. To do this, you must become aware of the typical patterns your mind falls into and how you can break out of these patterns and alter your perspective through conscious effort. Once you engage in this process, you will be astonished at the ideas and creative powers it will unleash. The following several of the most common patterns or shorthands and how you can subvert them. First, looking at the what instead of the how. Listen up, guys. Kailangan niya to sa buhay. It's not me that needs this. It's you. So let us say that something goes wrong in a project of some sort. Our conventional tendency is to look for a single cause or a simple explanation, which then reveals us how to fix the problem. If the book we are creating is not working out, we focus on the uninspired writing or the misguided concept behind it. Or if the company we work for is not performing well, we look at the products we are designing and marketing. Although we think we are we are being rational. So when we think in this way, we most often problems are more complicated and holistic. We are simplifying them because on the law that the mind always looks for shorthands. To look at the how and instead of the what means focusing on the structure, how the parts relate to the whole. With a book, it may not be working out because it is organized poorly. The faulty organization is a reflection of ideas that have not been thought out. Our minds are jumbled, and this is reflected in the work. So, yeah, this is true, guys. Mostly, when we don't think straight, like myself, ik lang, ano lang, our minds are, wait lang. So thinking in this way, we are forced to go more deeply into the parts and how they can relate to the overall concept. Improving the structure will improvise the writing. With a company, we should look deeply at the organization itself, how well people communicate with one another, how quickly and fluidly information is passed along. If people are not communicating, if they are not on the same page, no amount of changes in the product or marketing will improve performance. So, kailangan talaga is yung coordination. Everything in nature has a structure, a way that the parts relate to one another, which is generally fluid and not so easy to conceptualize. Our minds naturally tend to separate things out, to think in terms of nouns instead of verbs. In general, you want to pay greater attention to the relationships between things because that will give you a greater feel for the picture or as a whole. It was in looking at the relationship between electricity and magnetism and relativity of their actions, and scientists created a whole revolution in scientific thinking, leading from Michael Faraday to Albert Einstein and the elaboration of failed theories. This is a revolution that is waiting to happen on a more mundane level in our everyday thinking. The next one. This is the next topic. Subtopic, guys. Okay lang ba kayo? Kasi I'm so antok. So, let's continue. Next is rushing to generalities and ignoring details. Our minds are always hurrying to generalize about things, often based on the most minimal amounts of information. We form opinions quickly in conformity with our previous opinions, and we do not pay great attention to the details. To combat this pattern, we must sometimes shift our focus from the macro to the micro, much greater emphasis on the details. The small picture. When Darwin wanted to make sure his theory was accurate, he devoted 8 long years of his life to the exclusive study of barnacles, looking at this intensely microscopic glimpse of nature. He saw a perfect corroboration of his larger theory. When Leonardo da Vinci wanted to create a whole new style of painting, one that was more lifelike and emotional, he engaged in an obsessive study of details. He spent endless hours experimenting with the forms of light, hitting various geometrical solids to test how light could alter the appearance of objects. He devoted hundreds of pages in his notebooks to exploring the various gradations of shadows in every possible combination. He gave this same attention to the folds of a gown, the patterns in hair, the various minute changes in the expression of human face. When we look at his work, we are not consciously aware of these efforts on his part, but we feel how much more alive and realistic his paintings are, as if he had captured reality. So, ganun ka excellent yung ganong type of painting. Hello, Tin. How are you? So, I barely talk to some of my friends, like long-distance friends. I hope they are doing really well and doing really good on their businesses. So, but then, so, hindi ako since I'm dealing with a lot of things simultaneously, I don't have the time to like make kamusta sometimes. Kaya dito na lang sa channel ko, I'm doing it sometimes kapag but I wanted to, yeah, I'm praying to all my friends which are far away from me. I hope, guys, that you are always safe and you are doing really well in life overall. Yan. So, okay na yun. Okay na ata to. So, good night, guys. I'm gonna see you again. The 12 midnight na. So, thank you for always listening to me and for subscribing to my channel. I genuinely appreciate your presence here, especially kapag natatapos niyo yung video ko. Okay, yan. Thank you for helping me make this world a better place for all of us and for the future generation. See ya again.